Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Have you ever thought about how your body repairs itself when you get a cut? Or how a tiny fertilized egg transforms into a full-grown human? The secret lies in one of the most fascinating biological processes, the cell cycle and cell division. Today, on Knowledge Chronicle, we're diving deep into the final and most dramatic phase of the cell cycle, the M phase, or mitosis. This is where the real action happens. Chromosomes condense, the cell splits, and life continues. So, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll have a complete understanding of how cells divide and why it's so important for life. Let's get started. The M phase, or mitotic phase, is the most dramatic part of the cell cycle. Imagine a bustling city where every component is suddenly reorganized to create two identical cities. This is exactly what happens inside a dividing cell. The M phase is also called equational division because the number of chromosomes in the parent and daughter cells remains exactly the same. But here's something important. Mitosis isn't a single step. It's a progressive process. Scientists have divided it into 4 distinct stages, but in reality these transitions are smooth and continuous. These 4 stages are prophase, the setup begins; metaphase, the perfect alignment; anaphase, the great separation; telophase, the grand finale. After these 4 stages, the final step is cytokinesis, where the cell physically splits into 2 daughter cells. Now let's break down each stage in detail with exciting examples. The first stage of mitosis, prophase, is like the moment before a big stage performance. The curtains rise, the actors take their positions, and everything is set for the grand act of cell division. What happens during prophase? Chromatin condenses. Inside the nucleus, the chromatin fibers, which are loosely packed DNA, begin to condense and form distinct chromosomes. Each chromosome is made up of 2 identical sister chromatids, held together at a region called the centromere. Centrioles move apart. In animal cells, a special structure called the centrosome duplicates and moves toward opposite poles of the cell. This will help in forming the mitotic spindle, a key player in cell division. Disappearance of nuclear components. The nucleolus, which is like the office inside the nucleus, disappears. The nuclear membrane breaks down, allowing the chromosomes to move freely inside the cell. This marks the end of prophase and the beginning of the next crucial phase, metaphase. If prophase was about setting up the stage, metaphase is where the actors take their positions perfectly. What happens during metaphase? Complete breakdown of the nuclear envelope. The nuclear membrane completely disappears and chromosomes float freely in the cytoplasm. Chromosomes align at the equator. The chromosomes line up in a straight row at the center of the cell, forming the metaphase plate. This is the best phase to study chromosome structure under a microscope. Spindle fibers. Attached to chromosomes. Each chromosome has a kinetochore at its centromere. Spindle fibers attach to these kinetochores, ensuring that each sister chromatid will be pulled to opposite sides of the cell. Think of this phase like a tug-of-war match, where the chromosomes are perfectly balanced before they get pulled apart. Anaphase, the great separation. Now the real action begins. Anaphase is like the moment when the referee blows the whistle, and each side pulls with all their might. What happens during anaphase? First, the centromere holding the sister chromatid splits apart. Now each sister chromatid is considered an individual chromosome. These new daughter chromosomes move toward opposite ends of the cell, ensuring that each new cell gets an identical set. The cell itself begins to stretch as the chromosomes move apart. At this point, the division is almost complete. Now we move into the final stage of mitosis. Telophase, the grand finale. If anaphase was the climax, telophase is the ending scene where everything settles down. What happens during telophase? The chromosomes lose their distinct structure and turn back into chromatin. A new nuclear membrane forms around each set of chromosomes at the poles. The nucleolus reappears inside each nucleus. The mitotic spindle breaks down and disappears. Now the nucleus is reformed, and we have 2 identical sets of DNA in opposite halves of the cell. But the division is not complete yet. We need to split the cytoplasm. Cytokinesis, the final split. The last step of cell division is cytokinesis, where the cell finally splits into two daughter cells. In animal cells, a cleavage furrow forms, pinching the cell into two. In plant cells, a cell plate forms in the middle, which later develops into a cell wall. And with that, we now have two genetically identical daughter cells, each ready to start a new cell cycle. Why is mitosis important? Mitosis is not just about cell division, it's the reason life continues. Growth, mitosis allows babies to grow into adults. Repair, it replaces damaged or dead cells, like when you heal from a cut. Asexual reproduction. Some organisms, like bacteria and plants, reproduce through mitosis. Did you know? If mitosis goes out of control, it can lead to cancer, where cells keep dividing uncontrollably. Cells are the building blocks of life, and mitosis is the process that keeps life going. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of cell division, let us know in the comments. And remember, your one like, share and subscribe will help us create more valuable content. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update from Knowledge Chronicle. See you in the next video. Stay curious, stay informed.